Greetings, folks. According to reports that I'm going to link you up with in the description box below, the United States, India, and Japan have held massive joint naval drills down in the Indian Ocean that have apparently angered China. And I'll link you up to this piece, as I said, here out of Sputnik News in Russia. And it's talking about the 16th annual Malabar naval exercises between the United States, India, and Japan that will begin on Monday here, July 9th, and go until Tuesday, the 17th. And it says here that this year's drills will come amid reports of increased Chinese activity in the region there in the Indian Ocean. And the U.S. ships involved in the exercises include aircraft carrier USS Nimitz and its attached carrier, the Air Wing 11, the cruiser USS Princeton, and the guided missile destroyers USS Howard, USS Kidd, and USS Shute. Also involved are a Boeing P-8A Poseidon anti-submarine plane and a Los Angeles-class fast attack submarine, according to a U.S. Navy statement that was released. And according to the estimated totals of this contained within this U.S. Navy statement, and again, I'll link you up to it here, it's talking about the totals could be approximately 6,500 U.S. Navy personnel. And the Indian Navy, meanwhile, is sending their sole aircraft carrier, the INS Vikramaditya. I probably said that wrong. But they're sending their sole aircraft carrier to participate in the exercises, and it will also include two Shivlik-class multi-role frigates, a Kora-class missile frigate, two destroyers, and anti-submarine corvettes, the tanker INS Yoichi, and a P-81 Poseidon aircraft, and a nuclear submarine. The Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces will deploy the JS Izumo, the de facto flagship of their fleet, to these exercises. And the Izumo is a helicopter carrier and the fleet's largest vessel. And they are also sending the destroyer JS Sanzanami. And exercises will include drills in air defense, it says in the report here, and surface warfare, visit, board, search, and seizure procedures, and anti-submarine warfare. Goes on to mention ships along the Chennai shoreline will practice strike group operations, maritime patrol reconnaissance, surface and anti-submarine warfare, and goes on to say that sailors will also conduct damage control, explosive ordnance disposal, helicopter operations, medical operations, and special forces operations. China has come out and, expressed their anger, as, the headline alludes to here when it says that China is fuming at these U.S., India, Japan joint naval exercises. They've come out, China has, and have criticized the exercises as inflammatory, basically saying they're, escalating the tense situation in the region, and are provocative, basically. And the Global Times, a Chinese newspaper owned by the sole and ruling political party in China, the Communist Party, said that the exercises are posturing against Chinese submarine activities in the East and South China Seas, and we know about all the tension that's built up over there, and the militarization of that particular region as well, along with other regions there in the Asia Pacific. We can talk about what's going on around the Korean Peninsula there with North Korea, who, by the way, just recently tested their first intercontinental ballistic missile successfully that can apparently carry large nuclear warheads. And but in particular, the Global Times editorial that I was talking about actually slammed the Japanese participation in these exercises And for decades, Japan and China have been embroiled in a territorial dispute over a chain of islands there, excuse me, in the East China Sea, a dispute that is, heated up significantly there in recent years. And in a quote here from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, it says, "If this is only about normal visits and normal transit through the South China Sea, we hold no objection and hope that such normal exchanges between relevant countries can help promote peace and stability within the region." And the quote went on to say here, and again, this is from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, and it says, "But if it is going to the South China Sea for other motives, well, then it would be a different story," end quote. And another quote goes on to say here, "As we have indeed seen the Japanese side stirring up troubles on the South China Sea issue, we hope the Japanese side can truly play a responsible role for peace and stability in this region. Japan has no territorial claims, by the way, in the South China Sea, but it has supported the nations and that actually do have claims over that particular territory, such as Vietnam and the Philippines. Japan has come out and backed those two countries. And in response to the Malabar exercises, China is expected, as it says in the report here, to enhance its naval presence in the Indian Ocean, according to Indian outlets such as the Hindustan Times. And already a fleet of 14 Chinese Army Navy warships have been spotted patrolling the waters there in the Indian Ocean in the midst of these ongoing massive naval exercises. And again, this is a annual exercise that does take place. It's important to note that, but China is fuming over it and has expressed their displeasure in the past, but now they're seemingly it's seemingly reaching a boiling point. When you're taking it in the perspective of everything else that's going on in the region, militarily speaking. And again, folks, it's just more signs of the times. And as a matter of fact, speaking of the South China Sea, I'll also link you guys up with this report here from Russia Today in the description box below the video. And it's talking about how the United States Navy and the Vietnam navies have held joint naval exercises over in the South China Sea. And so I'll link you up with that report talking about how as I said, the Vietnamese and American navies have begun their what's labeled as their 8th annual naval engagement activity, or NEA, in the coastal Can Hoa province, days after a U.S. vessel, as I talked about in a previous video, had sailed past the disputed island over there in the South China Sea, and that vessel was warned away by Chinese warships and fighter jets. If you remember that report, I did a video on that a few days back. And so I'll link you guys up with those reports, but there you have it, the U.S. basically holding massive naval drills, not only in the South China Sea with the Vietnamese Navy, but also with the Indian, Japanese navies over in the Indian Ocean. That will involve all kinds of massive Navy hardware and Navy submarines and warships and aircraft carriers and what have you. And, there's going to be about 6,500 U.S. Navy personnel involved in those drills over in the Indian Ocean. So more signs of the times here, folks, as, these tensions continue to rise. Massive military drills going on by the U.S. and many Asia-Pacific and, I suppose, Indian allies. And, of course, as we see, this has angered China. And We've seen that in the headline in the first piece that I showed you, and here in the second piece, here we see that it talks about the U.S. and Vietnamese navies kicking off joint exercises there in the South China Sea amid these simmering tensions with China. So wars and rumors of wars, folks, continue as these tensions between world powers and key players in end-time Bible prophecy continue to unfold on a daily basis here in world events. And again, I'll link you up to those two reports in the description box below. Till next time, folks, this is Brother Joey signing off. God bless you guys, and as always, much love. And a Los Angeles class fast attack submarine, according to a U.S. Navy statement that was released, and according to the estimated totals of this contained within this U.S. Navy statement. Greetings, folks. According to reports that I'm going to link you up with in the description box below, the United States, India, and Japan have held massive joint naval drills down in the Indian Ocean that have apparently angered China. And I'll link you up to this piece, as I said, here out of Sputnik News in Russia. And it's talking about the 16th annual Malabar naval exercises between the United States, India, and Japan that will begin on Monday here, July 9th, and go until SS Nimitz and its attached carrier, the Air Wing 11, the cruiser USS Princeton, and the guided missile destroyers USS Howard, USS Kidd, and USS Shue. Also involved are a Boeing P-8A Poseidon anti-submarine plane, Tuesday the 17th, and it says here that this year's drills will come amid reports of increased Chinese activity in the region there in the Indian Ocean. And the U.S. ships involved in the exercises include aircraft carrier